Yeah, Dr. Lee. He is the founder, chairman, CEO, and namesake of MJQE, who are in the process of going public on the Cambodia Securities Exchange. So now perhaps you can start by introducing yourself and your business.
Thank you so much, Rosette. Nice meeting you. And your voice is very down. Such a good Okay, say hello to your father, please. Well, as you all know, I'm in education. We have a K-12 school, and we have language center, a total of 15 campuses. And so far, we've been doing very well. Every campus we built, it's full. It's a matter of funds that we need. And we need funds badly to build many more campuses. And our goal is to have 160 campuses throughout Cambodia. Right now, the 15 campuses that we have, it's all full, and we already secured 15 more campuses at hand, and hoping that the first round of IPO will be able to provide us enough funds to construct 9 campuses in 2023. And hopefully for the second round, we might go to IPO, or we might go to bond for another 10 campuses, and so on. So basically, it's not just about the school, K-12 or language center, which consists of Thai, Chinese, and English, but our goal is to go for international school, university, health science university, other health science university. The latter one does not have in Cambodia, and we hope to fulfill that demand. And it is very important to have other health science university. And in addition to that, hopefully we can have a medical center that come along with the university. And if that is possible, I believe Cambodia will be in a very happy places for Cambodians and also tourists.
So my first question, you touched on this a little bit, but why did you go public, and how did you know it was the right time for you to do that?
Our company, when we started, it's only 4 students and 5 staff, as I remember. And I've been a professor for so many years. First as a medical professor for 3.5 years in California, Cleveland chiropractic actually. And then after that, as a volunteer medical doctor in Cambodia. And after that, start PUC and founding dean of the College of Public Health at UC. And I finished that, and I feel that I have to do something more than that. So I start school and clinics. And in the US, when you have school, you have clinics. With 5 staff and 4 students, and when I interviews the next day, the 4 students bring in 50 more, and then 500 more, and so on. Within 2.5 years, I have 7,000 students. And that's how demand it is in Cambodia, in the school. And since then, I could have hundreds of campuses if I have enough funds. It's not a matter of staff or students availability, it's a matter of funds. So I believe that in order for me to keep doing what I'm doing, to meet the demands of the Cambodian people who hunger for better education, quality one, I have to go on IPO. So in 2016, we started to do house cleaning, going on tax, on employment contracts, on benefit, on incentives, on basically everything that needs to meet the requirement so that we all can consider as a compliant company with all rules and regulations met by all ministry and relevant party. So in 2016, we did do that, and we have our first audit. And then in 2018 and 19, we are considered of going IPO. But then COVID came, and then we delayed. And then after COVID, we don't want to go IPO right away. But then we say that it is time. If we wait, we don't know when it will happen. So we decided to go for IPO, and within 3 months, So usually the process is about 1 year, 9 to 12 months. So we hasten the process, we fasten it just only 2.5 months. So right now it's very hectic. So we hope to have it listed by late March or early first week of April. So the reason is just to get more fund, to expand our campus. Number one. Number two, just to make sure that MJQ education is on the international stage, it's on the map so people know. And right now everyone know about the school, but we want also other international investors, stakeholders to know, so that people can join hands and invest in Cambodia. And I believe that Cambodia is a good place to start something new. And from the search perspective, point of view, and CSX, they are very excited. And from the parents' point of view perspective, they are extremely excited. Cambodian all over the world. So I hope that this public offering for MJQE will be a new start for stock market in Cambodia. So basically, we want to make it happen for Cambodia, and especially to encourage SME to join hands after this. And it is more like a test also for most of the SME who are looking to go on public and see how MJQE will work, and especially in such a crunch time. And I hope that it will work well, and if that's the case, our CSX will be another glorious time in the near future, with many people wanting to join hands. Yes.
Did you make any corporate adjustments before listing, for instance, to your board of directors or any reporting requirements?
Because we are already compliant and have been audited for 6 years, most of the things have already been in line with the requirement. What we just adjust is just on the board. We take in additional board, and also, well, not actually additional, we just take in one independent board. That is a requirement, and create a new committee. And I think they need a risk and compliance committee, and they need numeration and numeration committee, and also that's about 2 committees they need. So we created 2 committees, and also change some of the constitution, the M&A, and there's a lot of things that we need to change that are more compliant to the requirement by the MOC, and we resubmit that. And also look at some of the law, rule and policy that we have been practicing, and make sure that it meet the requirement by the government, tax, make sure that we fully pay to everyone, and what actually we did pay to everyone, but the incentive, make sure. And we have the agent care, Sok and Haying as our attorney to look at the whole company, and we make very small changes. Basically, I was trying to find the illegal part or the missing part so that we can fulfill it. But find out that within 1 month since we register, since we do the process now, it seems that there's not much to change because everything runs smoothly already. Yes.
So what were some of the biggest challenges during this whole process for you?
What if you are new? The biggest challenge for most people would be cleaning the house. The reason why most people don't go on IPO is make sure that you don't have any skeleton in your closets. Basically, that's the main problem. People are scared that you find so many things, and at the end, tax people will come and just fine you with many interest and so on, and that's drag people so much. And for us, that's what happened at the beginning, and we are past that threshold, and we survived. So right now, the challenging part for us is the timing. We go from 1 year to 3 months, and now we have 2.5 months to go. So that's the most challenging for us. So I can't go anywhere. I can't have too many meetings outside because I constantly need to answer and also approve many things that they have a meeting and then they need to write a answer. So I have to constantly keep my phone on, and that's keep me busy. So a lot of time, little time for sleep, and more work to do. So, but it is an exciting thing to be involved, and it's quite an experience for me, and it's quite a lesson learned. And I believe that I will write something about this one because I tend to write something when I experience something. So I have wrote 9 books already. Have written 9 books already. So maybe this is the 10 books after IPO. So the Cambodian SME, they can know exactly what to do, how to go through step-by-step process and so on. We all from the Western world, it might seem and feel like it's so simple, easy, and basic, but to so many Cambodians, all are new, common sense that we practice, we say, we see, we do every day, but to general publics in Cambodia, it's all news and it's always surprising them. So everything you could put on books and publish it, we will help Cambodia a lot. So I probably might do that also for this one, yes.
So for audience members who have a business, are there any recommendations that you have in terms of corporate structuring in case they want to go public in the future?
Well, first, make sure that the staff you hire are properly contracted, either FDC or UDC, which means they fixed term or unlimited term. And if unlimited, you negotiate for the payment of 5% after when they finish their fixed contract, because people in Cambodia, they don't know. But then if they audit it and find out that, wow, they deserve the 5% after the fixed term contract and you didn't pay them, they can sue you. That's a legal process. And that's another question they ask you, the attorney, they ask you, do you have any legal, any litigation cases that are pending and so on. Basically, they want to know everything. You have any practices that are in question? You have any before law? You have any felony? Or you have any basically anything that's negative? You have to present it. You cannot hide it, so that people, when they invest in the company, they can have a confidence and agency transparency. So basically, make sure that you follow the rule and regulation on the labor law. If you pay them, make sure you pay on the we call based on the inflation. I think it's a $1.03 per hour or something like that. You don't pay below that. Number one. Number two, you make sure you pay tax and you pay the national security for them. You pay the pension for them, and you pay the insurance. I think if that is also needed. Everything that is required, you must comply, and also you must comply 100%, including the new requirement, the new incentive seniority. That is a must also. So many things that you have to do in order for the company to be up and running. But what's most important for many companies is that they don't have financial records, and the reason is they don't want to hire someone. They think they can do it themselves. So people don't have this accounting record, accounting report. They don't have any audit report. They don't have any. Basically, a lot of things they need to do, and when they start doing it, it's too late. And then they find there are so many loopholes, and then each loophole, there's a skeleton behind it. And when they start to find 1, 2, 3 skeletons, they get freaked out, and they just give up. And right now, the reason, main reason most people don't want to go on IPO or go public is that there's so many fears behind it, and that is the skeletons. And I believe that in other countries, before they go on IPO, the government might raise some of these scrutiny, checks and balance, so that people can in Cambodia might be good, just my opinion, if they just waive all those checks and then, we can just start, anyone can go on IPO and then start from now, from this year on, everything's clear and forget, but I don't think that's the case because some people have to hundreds of millions of dollars. If that's the case, I think the government loses a lot of money. But anyway, make sure you have the proper management team, who's your CEO, who's your COO, and who's your manager, who's department head, and who's doing what. You have to organize it and then define yourself. Do you run it as a functional operation or you run it as a divisional operation?